The name that Wendy was talking about is Devin Booker.
That's his caginess was like, okay.
He's talking about Devin Booker.
Gotcha,
And when you look at the ties that exist within the Knicks organization, you have a guy like Leon Rose who's running the team. Devin Booker was one of his top clients when he was with obviously as an agent, represented him. How did Devin Booker get to Leon Rose? He came through the routes of Kentucky basketball. Worldwide West.
Connection.
Very deep connection to Cal. Worldwide West is now with the Knicks. Right. Kenny Payne recruited Devin Booker. He was an assistant coach with Kentucky basketball. He's now an assistant coach with the Knicks. All these things kind of work together. They have all the relationships. That's a piece that Wendy was talking about.
How about that?
Devin Booker.
See what studying ID Network does for you?
Yeah,
you put the pieces together and you found out that was the solution.
Killer acquisition.
Yes, killer acquisition.
What a choice of words.
That's just for you.
That would be big, though. If they can pull that off, that would be big. But let me ask you this question, Jay and Zubin. Are they tampering?
That's not tampering. If we have a pre-existing relationship, that's not tampering.
Okay.
That's just what our relationship is.
I just know that Phoenix isn't going to allow them to just go and get that key dude.
No,
right?
I mean, but was it tampering when you saw the Banana Boat Boys? I mean that's what LeBron and they're all friends. I mean,
I guess
look,
you.
I literally was at Carmelo Anthony's wedding, at his wedding, and saw CP3 and Melo and all these guys, LeBron, make mention of this. Like they were trying to do something like this. And stuff just popped off.
So you were snooping.
I wasn't snooping. I was just there as a guest. I'm just there. It's just, that's how things happen based upon relationships. You know that, Keith.
No, I get it.
Deshaun Watson down in Miami hanging out with all the Miami Dolphins. It happens that way.
Well, that's players, though. But when you talk about front office people, that's the only reason why I was like, well, Phoenix, I'm sure, would try to claim something. You know how come on, man. You know how it is. Magic got fined just from saying a name. So you know how that goes. But that would be impressive and big time. And Devin Booker has a look. He's a great player. You come into New York City, and we talked about this with Deshaun on the football side. It's just something special if you can cook and get it done in New York City. Things down the line is just endless for you in your career.
And D-Book, we got a chance to do the boardroom with him 2 years ago. And every time I'm around him, he kind of feels like that. I'm not saying he is this guy because everybody's their own guy, but he has a little bit of that Derek Jeter mystique. Like, he moves, Key. You would like the way he moves. But, like, you don't know how he moves. Like, he's part of the whole Valley Boys, him and Kelly Oubre out in Phoenix, right? He loves style. He loves swag. Like, you might see him at a scene, but he'll, like, be in the back corner. Yeah. Like, he's not going to be the guy, like, give me 30 bottles that come out my way. Like, he'll just have the dope bottle that comes out with no sparklers in the corner. That's how he moves.
He's moving in silence and getting it done.
Real G's.
Yeah,
most important thing, too, and this can't be understated, Jay, he's 24. Right, he's done all of this at 24. He's only 24.
When's he up though? Like he's got to be. He's got to be up. Let me see. He's still on his rookie deal. He's been in the league how long?
He's not on his rookie deal. I mean, he's making.
Oh, he did an extension. That's right.
He's making $31 million a year right now.
Yeah, that's right. He did do that extension.
Trying to find when his deal is up. We can get somebody to do that. But I mean, look, it's right now. Phoenix is in second place in the West. 23-24 is when he's up. But Wendy didn't say free agency. Wendy said somebody forced their way to a team. So they're second in the West right now, but I think about like what New York could be, man. Like how much longer does CP3 have to play?
But you say, but see, him forcing his way out of Phoenix when they getting going is different than James Harden forcing his way out of Houston because Houston was up and it said bam.
Yes.
They just hit the floor and they're nothing. Phoenix is on its way. I mean, you know, if they just continue to keep playing at the level that they playing,
it might change.
It could change.
It might change. I mean,
Phoenix ain't a bad spot for somebody to live in. It's on the West Coast. You know, it's a good market.
Let me ask you this from a bigger picture perspective. You're right, Devin Booker. I mean, it would be great for the Suns. I mean, they're one of the NBA's great organizations. They just celebrated their 50th anniversary. They've been in the playoffs in over 10 years. I mean, there's a lot of things going on with Phoenix. Let me ask you this. What did the Knicks, where do the Knicks have to finish to get into the mix for a Booker or somebody else in free agency? The year is over. I'm an A-list free agent. I'm looking at the Knicks, but only if.
You got to make playoffs. Make the playoffs. And that's
the threshold.
I mean, they're doing everything right. I mean, they're fourth in the East right now. They're fourth in the East. They're doing everything. They've kind of revamped the whole system. I'm not sure Tibbs is the answer long term. There's been this history about Tibbs sometimes that, with veteran players, he can wear you out, wear you down by the practices and things that he does.
Look at how many minutes Julius Randle's playing.
And he's more conducive for younger players. But I don't know. Like, they're trending in the right direction. You can't say they're not.
Yeah, and he's been that way. Obviously, he was that way in Chicago and in his stop in Minnesota. But because you got guys like West around and Leon Rose around, maybe they get him to tell some of that back, because that could be a deterrent to free agent players that know the history of Tibbs and like, I don't want to be dealing with that. That's not what I want to deal with. So sometimes coaches do change over time. Maybe he is the long-term answer. Maybe he's a short-term bridge. But I can tell you this for sure. If they make the playoffs and they show trajectory heading in the right direction, which means don't squeak it to the playoffs as the get-in, play-in team, not that. But show us legitimate playoff team and show people that that's what it is. By the time they come out of this pandemic, we come out of this pandemic and the city is open wide back up and the lights is on, and ain't nothing, man, it's nothing like playing in a city with energy.
And I know, Karl Anthony Towns is from New Jersey. I know he's talked about playing in New York before. Now, I know he didn't have a great run or experience with Tibbs from what I heard out in Minnesota with Jimmy Butler when they were going through all that. But, I mean, you think about some of the pieces, the young pieces that are out there, and the way they're moving, you're able to get a Devin Booker if he doesn't deem Phoenix as the long-term solution for his career. But granted, right now, Phoenix is rocking. They're rolling.
So you off the Luka train in New York?
I don't
rethink that.
I don't put anything past New York because it's such a huge brand.
Thanks for watching ESPN on YouTube. For live streaming sports and premium content, subscribe to ESPN Plus right now.